Change your mindset. I did change my mindset. Little did I know that I was a breaker, the generational breaker. I didn't know that. I didn't know that I was breaking generational trauma and all that stuff in my family. I didn't know growing up as a preacher's kid and paying attention to everything that I was going to break that bondage of church trauma over my family. I didn't know that. I had no idea. Everything happened in sequence to help me build my spiritual muscles. Because the stuff I went through, if I told you, I don't look nothing like what I went through. None of it. I don't look like what I went through. If I told you, you wouldn't believe me. If you go to my webpage and you go and you see more about me, if you see me in a green dress, hit that button and listen to my testimony. So I could fight what I couldn't see and trust God has my back and stand still to see the salvation of the Lord. I've learned to forgive myself and them and send laborers in their field to where they can hear to change if they choose, because that's not my problem. It's no longer my concern. We were taught that God will fix it, and He will, but at the same time, we get to be co-creators with God to bring our dreams to life on earth. If you're like me, you're starting completely over from 0 people, you know. Like, God said, I'm sending the people. I said, okay, so I don't even know. Okay, so I'm trusting you. The ancestors said, we got your back. I said, I'm trusting y'all. I'm trusting y'all. I don't know. It's about starting over from the wisdom that has been learned to become better and to assist others that had the same concerns. You see, when you're fighting spiritual battles and you're doing spiritual warfare, nobody can understand it. Nobody knows what's going on because they can't see it. And the way this world is set up, if I can't see it, I can't believe it. And that's why you see a lot of people are no longer here on this earth. They unalive themselves because of the spiritual warfare that's going on. They are groups that use black magic and everything. Let me tell you, these groups are huge. And they are headed by some of the most like people in society. And then because you stand with God and your ancestors and everybody is giving you the 411 so you don't step on a landmine, in a spiritual landmine. Yes, child. There is stuff going on. Like when you hear people jumping from the 4th floor and all, they didn't just do that. When you hear about 14-year-olds just jumping from bridges, they didn't just do that. They were the breakers of the family, and they didn't have anyone to show them how to step in. I didn't either. I had to step in and start talking to God. All this time being in church, nobody ever told me. I had to figure this out on my own. Like, they taught spiritual warfare, yes, but nobody taught you what to do when the spiritual warfare is coming from the person on the pulpit. The person you trusted the most. While they do their own work, that's not my job to do your work. I'm thankful for what happened to me in my childhood processes. If it wouldn't have happened, those experiences, I wouldn't be as strong as I am now in the spirit, in the astral, and in this world. And even in the astral world, and even in this physical world. Had I not went through that stuff to make me stronger, I would not have passed none of these tests that I was in. These tests required me to go through rigorous, crazy, just, I'm so thankful for it, and my military service. That's all I can say. I've learned some amazing things, and I've been sharing them. I pray you've been listening and activated this wisdom in your own life. I'm okay with starting over again. If God did it once, He'll do it again. If I never see them again, even all those I love, I'll be okay with it. I completely let go today. They're just earth suits with no souls until they step back into the light of love. I'll pass on that because it's the norm of having darkness around and dealing with relatives and people coming around for the holidays and dealing with that. I don't want that life no more. I want to make my own life. And to do that, if I got to leave all of that behind, even the ones I love the most, even the ones I birthed on this earth, because they just shells of a person. So much happened. Just shells. And does it hurt? Oh man, the tears I cried today. No longer me in that life. I love me too much. Today I read Ecclesiastes 2. What is my relationship with work and with God? With the work I'm doing and with God. Not religion, but true relationship. Like our ancestors had, to think for themselves and having a connection with nature and having a real relationship with God outside of someone telling you how to think. So you sitting down and you doing your breath work, you reading and you connecting and you just get quiet, and then all of a sudden God starts talking, and it's so simple. It's just so simple. But if the only thing you know is somebody telling you how to think for yourself, it's hard for you to get there because that's all you know. We keep letting someone tell us how to think instead of knowing who God is to us personally and what that means at the core of me. And Matthew 10:34-37 said, let go to go into the new isn't easy. When those you love won't be there, but you go you go forward in more honor. And what will bring peace? Sometimes those of your household are your worst enemy, becoming shells of people because of money. It's sad. But then at the same time, you just say, you know what, I let go. Sometimes it's better to have peace over everything else. And if that means walking away from everything I've ever known, it is what it is. Because they're not even people anymore. You know, that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sarah O'Connor, Terminator 2, when that liquid man put that liquid sword into the mama and was speaking into the phone to talk to Sean O'Connor, and the mama was already gone. That's what it's like. So why would I go back to a shell of a person that ain't even here? They're being used by entities. So why even? That's ignorant. Why put your life in danger? It is what it is. It's behind me. That's something that Paul said. Paul said, I have learned, I didn't write it down because it just came to me. I have learned one thing I have learned, to leave my past behind me and strive and keep going towards the higher calling in God. Just keep going. The symptoms today, crown and third eye is lit, like screaming. So I did lots of breath work today. Like right now, the crown, I'm talking about, it is just like fire, boom, boom, boom. I woke up grateful just to be alive, and I was doing it. And I was singing and humming today, and I was humming songs that I remember the elders in my family. It's like they were so close to me today, and because they knew what I had to do today, so they was really close today, and I was just humming songs that I remember. It was a beautiful day. I exercised. I tried some new things. It was fun. I did a lot of reps because it was fun. I spent time with God today, just getting quiet, just sitting still. I was feeling weird emotions, and I just allowed them instead of pushing them away to heal. Not always easy, just being to allow growth. Lots of memories from the past and childhood came up. Also memories of me raising my daughter and my granddaughter. So you can imagine, I spent 7 years with my granddaughter. So I thank God for that. And there was a lot of tears today.